Hey everyone, it's Wednesday, October the 7th in the evening. Sorry I'm getting to this a little late. I just wanted to catch the vice presidential debate, which was interesting. So, even though I'm not an American. Anyway, just looking at the futures right now, how we're looking for the open tomorrow. Right now we're green. All the markets are looking like they're going to be opening up. Let's see what some of the commodities are doing. Oil's up 9 cents, not a big deal. Gas down 2 cents. Nat gas really gold flat, silver up a little bit. So yeah, a lot of the commodities all pretty flat. Um, U.S. dollar is looking pretty flat at this point. So yeah, let's take a look at some of the indexes here. Now we start looking at the transports because markets usually don't go higher without them, or vice versa. So you can see here, transports actually broke out today after we came up here on Monday. Looked like we were going to break out. Then we had the tweet, and markets sold off pretty hard, but came ripping right back today. Another tweet, and we're off to the races. And looks like we're putting in an all-time high on the transports. So transport's still looking pretty solid here for helping the market go higher. RSI is going up. The only thing I'm going to say is the volume's been pretty light on this breakout, and I'm going to say that again and again with the indexes as we go through them. The volume was looking pretty light here. Nice double bottom on the transports, MACD turning up again and looking like it's going to cross. Let's take a look at this. This is an interesting chart. This is the 10-year yield, and I like to watch this one, see where interest rates are going, and you can see they're starting to climb. So interest rates are going up. And what implications that's going to have at this point, I don't know that there's very much. Of course, this is usually helps strengthen the US dollar. It's not having that effect right now, and it's also usually good for financials, which we didn't really see that a real nice move in financials. You can see here we're getting pretty extended right now, and we're getting up into the overbought area. So maybe we'll get a bit of a pullback there. You can see here the Dow again kind of breaking out from this level. I'm going to call it the 2810 level. We pushed through there handily today, and it looks like we will probably be going higher. RSI is heading higher. Again, volume kind of on the light side. Stochastics heading higher. MACD is crossed and going higher. So trend is your friend, and it looks like the Dow will go higher. IWM, I mentioned that on the weekend. Nice outside day on Friday. Looked like we were going to get a follow-through day on Monday. I mentioned that, and of course we got a nice push on Monday. We had a nice gap up on Tuesday. We pulled back, but really didn't finish that far off. The close from the previous day, just down a little bit, and then of course today we had a nice follow-through on the IWM. So I think the IWM looks like it wants to go higher as well. The Qs, again, the Qs are struggling. Mentioned that a few times over the last little while. Technology does seem to be struggling a little bit here as we get some rotation into some of the other sectors. You can see here, look again, volume very light. RSI turning up. But yeah, Qs, technology definitely taking a backseat to some of the other sectors. And again, the SPY right at looking like it's going to break out here. So we'll see if we can finish higher on the day tomorrow. I'd be looking for a follow-through day on Friday, barring any tweets. And this is the problem right now with this market. I mean, you get one tweet from somebody, and the market drops 300 points or whatever on the Dow. So this is the challenge we're in right now, going into this election cycle. Um, Things are going to be pretty volatile, I think, for the next 3 to 4 weeks, and maybe after, who knows. The dollar really, didn't really do much today, just kind of hung around, and we're not really kind of directionless right now on the dollar. Stochastics looking weak, which usually means we may head lower on the dollar. If this is below 50, usually rallies fade. So on the stochastics, so At this point, it looks like we could head lower or maybe just chop sideways on the dollar here. So let's just look at a few swing trades I was in. I got into, I mentioned a bio on the weekend in my video, and I said I liked it. So it kind of held here on Monday. That's when I got in. And it looked like it was going higher. There was some inside buying that I pointed out in the swing trade session we did around 12:30, or around no, that would be around 2:30 Eastern time. So I mentioned I'd got into this position as there, and as well the reason I got in there because of the insider buying. Even though it wasn't super strong, it just made me a little suspicious that something might be happening. So you had a really nice pop up yesterday despite the market sell-off. And unfortunately, I woke up this morning and found it had traded up to 7. And by the time it opened, it was back down to 540. So I had to take, it was clearly it was going to head lower. So I just ended up selling it at this moving average, which is where I was going to roughly sell partial out some anyway. But unfortunately, I did not enter. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll enter a pre-market trade before I go to bed the night before, just in case we do get a pop in the morning. But unfortunately I did not do that, so I missed a really nice move on this at the open. But again, the process was right. The execution lacked a little bit on my part, unfortunately. DBA, loving this one still. My entry down was down around here, 14. And still holding some here. Still like the agriculture for going higher, especially if the dollar continues to weaken. DraftKings I had some. I sold it as it pulled back here, and then traded around it today. Bought it back, and then sold it when it started to roll over again. So kind of out of this one for now. We'll see if it holds here, and then I'll be watching it to maybe get back in. But right now they have some challenges with some of the sports teams getting the virus again, and challenges there. Intel, talked about this a number of times, loved the way it held 48 here. Intel's a stock company that's not going to go away, and did test my patience there, but now we've got a nice move up, and I think we've got a huge gap to fill here around $55, $56 would be if we can break out from this level here, sort of this 52.50 level. We went out 52.67 today. Again, just liking that long term. And Sava, I've mentioned a number of times. I've traded it a few times here, and now sort of in it right now. It's looking a little toppy, really overbought. I'm just a little bit concerned we may get some announcement about like we got with DraftKings, about a secondary offering. So I might just bail on that one. And like I said, a secondary offering would probably be done around 10 if they were going to do one. So that would be my big concern on this one, other than the fact that it's still in this overbought territory. So that's some of the actives I got on the go here, and didn't get a chance to do the scans tonight because of the debate I was watching. But just let's take a look at the sectors where money's rotating in and out of right now, because I think that's always just a good place to look to see where money could be coming from and going to. So you can see here, discretionary, we kind of broke out here. The communications and technology, again, as we've seen with the Qs, kind of lagging a bit. Industrials, just on the verge of breaking out. Materials had a great day today. Gap down yesterday, big gap up and follow through. Energy still horrible, I would say, just going nowhere at this point. I think the US, I think the oil was kind of flat on the day. And healthcare was a bit of a standout today. Utilities looking a little toppy. Financials, I would have expected a little bit better performance given the rise in the yields. So that's a little bit of a concern. 25 here looks like a level of resistance, but things that look really good right now, healthcare, look for a follow through there. Excuse me. Materials, maybe a follow through, back up here. Um, watch technology to see if we continue to churn. And yeah, watch the industrials. They're still looking very good. All of these sort of stocks that money's rotating into seems to be a recovery trade, including the IWM, even though there doesn't seem to be any good news on the horizon regarding recovery. So, but the market's a forward-looking instrument, as they say. So, guys, this is my book on Amazon, How to Swing Trade. If you haven't checked it out already, it's there. And as usual, we will be kicking off pre-market show 8:30 in the morning. Norm and Carlos normally leading that, and then we'll be jumping on at 9:30 for the open, trading the open. So hopefully you can all join us there, live on YouTube at 8:30, and members watching the market open with us. So have a great rest of the week, or rest of the evening, everybody. We'll see you in the morning, hopefully. Bye for now.